Hey Switch 2 fans, the past couple of days have been crazy, but Nintendo have an ominous and a little bit of a depressing warning for us. They basically warned that some Switch 2 pre-order invites might not arrive until after launch. The console maker says basically very high demand is likely to cause some delays. Let's talk about it right now. Like I said, the past couple of days have been absolutely nuts. If you've been following our 24-hour stock tracking stream over here on my channel page, you'll have seen how crazy it is. Walmart's been coming in and out of stock. GameStop was a complete mess when pre-orders opened. Walmart's just been completely dropping boatloads. They were in stock all of this morning overnight from like midnight till about 6 in the morning this morning, and now they're back sold out again. People are on the stream chatting, talking about Switch 2, tracking stocks. We actually have a stock alarm, so if you want to head over to our stock tracking stream, link in the description or my channel page, go check out the stock alarm, keep it up in the background, and basically you'll get an alarm when it opens up at a retailer, when pre-orders open up again at a retailer. We're expecting pre-orders to come in and out of stock as time goes on, as we get closer to June 5th, but this thing is getting really hard to get your hands on. But without further ado, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon down below if you're loving Switch 2, and also check our links in the video description for some Switch 2 accessories. I'll also put product links as well to buy the Switch 2 and a bunch of cool Switch 2 accessories, so check the links on top of the video, wherever they are, video description, wherever. But let's get into this ominous warning from Nintendo, right? So this article comes courtesy of Kotaku. Basically, obviously, they're warning Switch 2 pre-order invites might not arrive until after launch, and as you know, with Switch 2 invites on their official Nintendo website, you could have applied, you had to have 12 months Nintendo Switch Online, put so many hours into Nintendo Switch games, and basically you could have guaranteed or at least applied to get an invite from Nintendo to buy the Switch 2 from the Nintendo store. But now it's seeming like those of you that waited out or did that and were relying on that to get yourself a Switch 2 on release day, I've got some bad news for you, because it seems like they basically announced that high demand may mean that you might get your console after release date, which sucks. So for those of you guys that were sitting back chilling saying, okay, I was invited to, but I've applied, I had hit all the requirements, I was waiting on my invite to buy this thing, then you might want to reconsider and get on our 24-hour stock tracking stream and maybe just try and get yourself a backup Switch 2 from Walmart, Amazon. If they go live on Amazon, I'll follow up with that in a future video. Stay tuned. Best Buy, Target, etc. So stay tuned to my channel. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon to stay up to date on stock issues, and obviously check on our stock tracking stream. I'll be updating it with all the latest restock news on the right hand side. We've got our live 24-hour stock tracker alarm system over there, and we've obviously got a cool live chat with a great community to talk about Switch 2 on. So Nintendo has updated its website about pre-ordering a Switch 2 console with a warning that because of very high demand, it can't promise it'll be able to deliver consoles by the June 5th launch day. It even warned that its pre-order emails might not arrive for some until after consoles launch in June 5th. Nintendo Switch 2's pre-orders obviously are live right now. They're coming in and out. They obviously went live on the 24th around midnight, or the 23rd if you're in Central or Pacific time like me, and they sold out very fast. The only website I believe, or that I think did pretty well, was Walmart, and they're still coming in and out of stock, as every day up until midnight, through the night, every day. I don't know if they're canceling bot orders or what, but they seem to keep getting new stock in, and people seem to keep copping them. So yeah, check out our 24-hour stream. But I think stock's going to get a little bit more limited as time goes on. Obviously, the president's tariffs, China's still getting tariffed like 100 and something percent. That maybe go up to 200 and something percent. And as you know, Nintendo basically produce most of their Nintendo Switch 2s in China. They've moved some of the production over to Cambodia and Vietnam to try and circumvent tariffs, but Cambodia and Vietnam have also received tariffs as well, so there will be tariffs either way. And obviously, they actually tried to get ahead of the curve earlier in the year and started shipping boatloads of Nintendo Switch 2s to the US in, I believe, like early February, to basically get a stockpile in the US ready for the launch, just in case any tariffs or shipping issues popped up later in the year. Obviously, it did. So basically, they've been stockpiling since February, and most of that stock was basically unloaded, at least on Target, Best Buy, Walmart, and GameStop in the past couple of days, right? And now that stock is dwindling down. Now we're basically being drip fed Switch 2s at this point from Vietnam, Cambodia, some from China. I doubt we're going to get any from China. And it's funny because I think I was saying on our 24-hour chat this morning, I was saying it's going to be funny once Americans get get the Nintendo Switch 2, and we'll be able to look in the back and see, was our Switch 2 made in Vietnam? Was it made in Cambodia? Or did we get a Chinese Nintendo Switch 2? And I bet there'll be differences. People will be complaining, saying, oh, the Cambodian Switch 2 has a bigger screen than the Vietnam one, and all that sort of stuff. It'll be kind of interesting to see. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. But obviously, yeah, as stock starts to dwindle up and dry up from their stockpile here in the US, there's some retailers obviously that haven't unleashed everything yet, but I'm expecting there's going to be restocks as we get closer to June 5th and obviously after June 5th. So like I said, you're going to if you haven't got a Switch 2 yet, if you haven't ordered it from the past couple of days, it's going to get harder and harder as time goes on, unless something changes as far as tariffs are concerned. But yeah, it's unfortunate to see that Nintendo, of all people, that basically promoted their own invite system to get yourself and get your hands on a Switch 2, them having to backtrack a little bit and say, hey, if you're waiting on an invite to get it for release day, unfortunately, you might not get it on release day after all. But yeah, as the article's saying, pre-ordering a Switch 2 has been mostly a terrible nightmare of crashing websites, broken carts, error messages. People are already trying to sell the consoles on eBay for around $750. Orders are being cancelled. It's a shitstorm. Some people are trying to avoid this chaos by jumping through Nintendo's hoops to pre-order directly via the console maker. Well, again, bad news about that option. April 24th, as spotted by Engadget, Nintendo updated its official website with a warning. According to the console maker, while it's thrilled by how many people want a Switch 2, all this demand will likely mean the consoles ordered through Nintendo's official store will not ship until after launch. No, Nintendo, why? There's a bunch of people on our stock tracking stream here, funnily enough, that were like, oh, yeah, I'm not worried about the pre-orders. I'm not going to be getting myself into a state worrying about having to try and stay up late and try and cop one from Best Buy or Target because I have a Nintendo invite. I'm going to be getting a Nintendo invite to buy it from Nintendo themselves. It's all easy breezy. Well, wrong. Nintendo themselves have said that you might have to wait till after launch to get it, which freaking sucks. Obviously, here's the part on their website down here, how to buy the Nintendo Switch 2. Update about release day delivery, and this is where they've spilled the beans. Thank you to those of you who've already registered your interest in purchasing from the My Nintendo store. We're thrilled about the enthusiasm for the Switch 2. We're thrilled, but due to the high demand, we will be working diligently to fulfill orders as product becomes available. But delivery by June 5th is not guaranteed. Your invitation email may arrive after the Switch 2 launch. We'll confirm your shipping date upon purchase. If you wish to increase your opportunity of obtaining a Switch 2 system at launch, please visit our participating retailer partners above. If you wish to continue waiting for your invite from the Nintendo Store, no further actions required after registering your interest. And it's interesting, their official retailers now just consists of GameStop, which is kind of interesting. One of the worst places to pre-order it. It was an absolute nightmare for people to try and pre-order this on release day. Absolute nightmare. But thankfully, Walmart didn't let us down. Good old Wally World, always coming through for us. Yeah, it's kind of curious as to why they removed Best Buy, Walmart, and all those sites from the pre-order page. Maybe GameStop's going to do another wave. And overall, the writer of the article says, overall, the vibes I get from Nintendo is that it had no chance of keeping up with Switch 2 demand. And I mean, they tried their best. They tried to stockpile as many from February in the US, ship as many as they could over. But unfortunately, because of the demand, they just can't fulfill all that because of the tariffs and everything. They've apologized ahead of time for the fact that it won't have enough Switch 2 consoles for everyone who pre-ordered in Japan. It's looking like it might be hard to buy a Switch 2 until sometime in 2026 or later. So, bad news all around. Like I says, the first couple of days, like today and yesterday and obviously midnight on the 24th, it felt like there was a decent amount of stock. It sold out pretty fast, but we've been getting little splutterings of stock from Walmart continuously, not really from anywhere else. We've yet to see an Amazon drop. We've yet to see a second Best Buy or Target drop. It's looking like we're hitting that point now, guys, where to get a Switch 2, you're going to have to camp out on a stock tracker or have alerts set up or something. It's going to get harder and harder from this point forward. So if you haven't got one, I really recommend you check out our 24/7 stock tracking stream. I'm keeping this stock tracking stream up for months. All right, this is going to be up all the way up until after Switch 2 releases to basically try and help you guys get a Switch 2. So like I said, it's got a 24-hour stock alarm. So if the Switch 2 does come into stock does come into stock at Walmart, at Best Buy, at Target, at GameStop, at any time, 3 in the morning, whenever. This will play a loud alert to let you know that it's in stock and what retailer it's in stock at. We'll have a continuously updated news feed on the right hand side of the video to let you know what the latest is as far as restocks are concerned, if we have any dates that we need to look out for. We've obviously got the countdown to the release day, and we've got obviously a live chat with a bunch of really great people just hanging out, talking about Switch 2. Have I copped the Switch 2 yet? No. Oh, here's a poll. Yes, 48%. So that's good. That's good. 88 votes. 48% of cop one. No, 52%. So yeah, it seems like, you know, a lot of great people in the chat here just having a blast chatting about Switch 2. It's going to be a Switch 2 hangout spot, Switch 2 hype stream, and also a Switch 2 tracker stream to help you try and cop one. So yeah, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon. It means a lot, really helps out a lot. And hang out on our stock tracking stream. Drop a like if you can, it really helps. And yeah, I hope and pray, may the force be with you, and may Reggie be looking out for you, former boss of Nintendo, and hopefully you get your hands on the Switch 2. Let me know what your experience has been like with pre-ordering the Switch 2. Have you had much luck? Has it been hard? Or are you still waiting to get one? And like I said, check out our stock tracking stream. It's a really cool place. It's a really cool place to hang out and, you know, try and get yourself a Switch 2. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. I'm Blaze2K, and I'll see you in the next one. Stick in there. Persistence is key. Don't give up. Never give up. And come join us for the ride over on the stream. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. I'm Blaze2K. Bye. Like, subscribe, click the bell icon for more Nintendo Switch 2 news.